Welcome back, everybody, to Alienware Awesome Cup 2, second European qualifier. We are down to the semi-finals, I believe. But, you know, the excitement doesn't stop there, because we have things.
We have things. We have a bunch of things going on right now, and we've seen Skoldiers launching people into Derple traps, launching people into explodes, but, you know, we haven't seen yet. Now this is your cue to tell me what we haven't seen.
Oh, well, we haven't seen robots. We haven't seen robots, specifically Robot Ice.
That's right. We haven't seen the Scoop of Justice come out yet with his robot skin.
Not the robot skin. That's true.
So I think we need to rectify that issue here. So what can people do to get themselves a robot Scoop, Nada?
Oh, well, if you, like me, feel extra, you know, you wanna show off your nice looks and you want a Robo Scoop, then all you have to do is go to Twitter and you tweet us your favorite upgrade name with the hashtag AwesomeCup. That's all you gotta do. Just tweet us your favorite upgrade name with hashtag AwesomeCup.
And if you really want to get into it, tweet us an upgrade that you would name and give us a description of it. You have 140 characters. Awesome Cup only takes up a few of those. Be funny. Have fun with it. That being said, I think we need to get into our next match, which is going to be Ion versus Last Moment. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the drafts and picks. This is the first time we're seeing Augion today. And
lovely purple.
This lovely purple map with that invisibility orb and those nice jungle areas, top, bottom, those creep zones, and I think we're going to see a great match coming out here from Last Moment versus Ion. Ion is going to be playing Swiggins, Frog, and the Scoop of Justice himself.
No robots yet, though. But that's where you come in. That's where you come in.
Parrot to Last Moment, who's going to be rocking Penny, Genji, and Clunk.
Again, a Clunk.
We've seen a Clunk in every game. There's something going on with Clunk. And there's something going on with Skoldier. This is the first time we haven't seen Skoldier in the first three matches.
Could it be because they're good picks?
I think they're all good picks. All these teams are good picks.
But Clunk especially, I mean, that must be the reason.
They're all good picks. Let's get straight into this game. Give us a countdown, Nada.
You got it, boss. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And as we're dropping here, we're getting ready to get into the action. Yes, we have Ion, Last Moment, and I think we're going to be seeing base abilities out of everyone except Clunk. He's going to get boots, but that's just my prediction.
Definitely.
Oh, and Genji gun the range on the AA.
We see the beginning push right there, and Penny's just going to be able to snag up that invis. Unfortunately, we don't see the amount of charges that she has right now. I think she wasted going to pounce into it. But we see Ion playing very defensive right now, knowing that the invis is wasted, and that is going to be a waste on the invis. One thing to note on Augion, for those newer players or those players who don't necessarily understand how the invisibility orb works, it spawns every minute once it's taken. You can hear it be taken, and obviously once it's used, the person becomes visible once again. So, invis is going to be up every minute. Both teams need to kind of measure where they are as far as the map goes to fight for that invisibility and get the upper hand.
Yeah, it's important, and you can time it. Make sure you go for mid at the 50-second before, so you have 10 seconds to fend people out, and then you get the invis, and for Clunk's sake, that's a free kill most of the time.
For Clunk's sake, that's true. Definitely getting that snare bite on Augion is a good idea, and we see it right now. Clunk is going to be tied down right now. He's going to be taking a lot of damage.
He's invis, though. They're going for it. They're trying to figure out where he is.
We see right now, you know, Ion just pushing them out. Clunk is going to be forced to go back, and it allows them to kind of relax a little bit in the early game, get a little poke on that top turret, and clear those lanes, get some solar farm going.
You know, that's actually Agion. Usually has a bit of a stale early game because it's all about testing the waters, because the invis areas are going to, you know, make mistakes very, very, very costly. So you want to make sure you have an idea of what you're dealing with before you actually go into the action.
Exactly. You know, that's just with any top tier and competitive gameplay that we see. You always want to see what your opponent is going to do and what they're capable of. We all know the burst potential that everybody has, but gauge your opponent, see where they're playing, see what they're building into, and work with that. And we're going to see a nice little engagement going on, and that's going to be a first kill in favor of Ion, but Don is in a very bad situation. He's going to get picked up by the Explode.
Goes down there.
1-for-1 exchange. Very good engagement from both teams, and we saw it right there at last moment, seeing he was out of position, picking him off, taking the kill, making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, that is the trade-off of Swiggins when you go in for the kill, that you will be displaced.
You will be displaced, but you have this insane amount of burst, and later in the game, and this is going to be a huge amount of damage being dealt on that Frog, being pushed back. Clunk is going to be taking a lot of damage here. Nothing much to do early game with a Swiggins and a Scoop, though, on a Clunk.
Yeah, that is a scary amount of constrain and all that. You have the snares, you have the anchor, and that's gonna make Frog's life a breeze. You're gonna hit the hammer pans every time, all the time.
Definitely. So we're looking at this Genji right now. Standard early game NG. Going straight for the push, and a nice little engagement going on right now. Froggy's going to be picking up the Clunk, who doesn't get the explode off. A lot of damage coming out again. Penny is going to be taken down, and that is going to be a 2-for-none situation in favor of Ion.
Yes. Well, setting aside team bias, that was some good stuff actually. We're seeing Scoop knowing exactly when and how much he should just commit to that kill, because he was low and Genji could potentially have killed him.
Yeah, we're actually seeing 2 engagement characters on Ion right now, that being Frog and that being the Swiggins. If a Frog or Swiggins gets that invis, that's a very bad situation for last moment. They have a great amount of burst, and once that happens, once the invis is wasted, they're all going to collapse on the target. So they may all be around half health by the time they're done with the engagement, but they're just going to be taking out someone at the same time. And here we see it again, the Swiggins anchor.
He's going to come in with the dash.
Securing that, and he's going to explode, not killing anybody or dealing any damage. And Swiggins is taking a lot of damage right now and just barely escapes the second time. And here we see the
going out again with the low HP, looking for the engage on Penny, and and actually hits.
Pick it up.
Look at the HPs of this. Look at this. This is knowing your boundaries, and he's actually going for the Genji.
But he knows that Genji can take him out, and we.
And the hammer finishes
him. Gonna pick him up.
That was some good stuff. Low HP chases. I dig it.
We're at the 5-minute mark, and we're already averaging over a kill per minute. 7 kills. This is the second game we've seen with a high amount of kills within the early game, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Well, the early game seems to be a breeding ground for a lot of kills. It's just they keep appearing, but that means, if we follow what we know, that we're going to see a bunch of kills come out of last moment in the later parts of the games.
Yeah, we've seen the comeback happen last game with the 99 cents versus BBQ, and that being said, a comeback can absolutely happen.
And well, right now I don't think we're even.
It's going to be taking a lot of damage right now. One thing that I really do want to commend Scoop on, and we're going to see a nice little engagement going on here. The Blessing is going to be dealing.
NATO is
preventing a lot of damage from being dealt.
Everything.
And Clunk is going to be going down.
Hammer was nice.
One thing that I really do want to commend the Scoop on is knowing when to throw those hammers down the jumpers. They actually go straight through the jumpers and have complete CC immunity.
Imagine if you could do bounce hammers.
That would be terrifying.
That would be terrifying.
On Serona.
Oh, yes. Someone flies up and you're like, nope, bounce. Oh man, I kind of want to see that.
The clear game coming into play right now. 8 kills in and some more damage coming out, and he may be in some trouble right now. Taking a lot of damage. The Explode is going to get picked up. But that is going to be 1 kill coming out. Swiggins is going to be going down. Clunk is going to be going down again. Clunk is getting taken down quite a bit. We've seen it last game with the Clunk getting taken down a lot as well. This is the second time that we've seen a Clunk kind of get a slow start on things.
Well, Clunk, the reason you big piggy to boots on Clunk is to get out of your early game, not to, further it, suppose. You do it to get out of your early game, because Clunk early game, he does a lot of damage, but damn, he is a sponge.
the biggest sponges in the game. And I mean, I played Clunk for a while. I would rarely piggy early game until I realized how important it was to have boots on Clunk. He's slow as it is. You need boots. And here we go, another nice engagement coming out. Just taking a lot of damage. There's going to be a lot of damage coming out. And Shine taking a lot of damage as well. Shine is going to go down, and then it's going to be another kill.
Oh, he has the Invis though. Cooldowns are
trade and a kill coming out.
Cooldowns are nothing. Okno doesn't care about cooldowns, it seems, and he just goes with the AA.
It's going to be a 2-for-1.
And we should see some turret now, some turret action. We've seen a lot of low HP play, sort of very risky, high risk, high reward sort of plays, and I think it's absolutely great. Knowing that you don't have to go back every time you're half HP.
Exactly, but I really do want to come out in the last moment in these counter engagements, you know. That Clunk may be going down, but there's a lot of damage being dealt. You know, we look at the graph right now, there's really not that much of a difference. Both teams are progressing at a steady rate, and, you know, last moment knows when to counter engage. Even though Clunk may be going down, that Penny's going to land the pulse, and here we may be seeing a huge explode coming out, but the dash is going to negate it.
That was a very, very nice, very short dash.
Very well timed dash, I would say.
Definitely. It's, you know, even though you don't do, you have the invuln for...
And it looks like Frog is actually going to go down. Juice is going to be taking that anchor, though, and forced to go back and kind of stay in the fray. Oh, and the hammer is going to pick up Juice.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Shitsy with the plays. That was great. Oh my god.
Coming out. You know, that's the situation where that Penny's looking to help her teammate in any way possible, and the explode is just narrowly going to miss, and this is going to be a potential kill with the hammer again. Unfortunately, the hammer does miss, and the Swiggins is going to be coming out and pulverizing this Clunk. Clunk needs to get out as soon as possible, and he does escape.
He is not having any more.
No, Clunk is very scared at that moment. You know, seeing a Swiggins get that anchor on you is one scary thing. Having it when you're 1 health and seeing a scoop there at the same time, that's terrifying as a Clunk.
You know what? Like, a lot of things are terrifying for Clunk, but Clunk is super terrifying, especially for Frog.
Oh, absolutely. You get that snare bite on, time his dash just right, get the snare bite, he's out of cooldowns, land the explode, that Frog is going to go down quickly.
And if he gets slow, the dash length will also be reduced. So Clunk can efficiently make Frog want to use his dash, and that's where his teammates can come in and sort of pick up the kill.
You know, we see it right now, all members of Team Last Moment getting ready to collapse on a target, and the Cocoon is unfortunately going to miss, but the Swiggin saw it down there and says, no, I'm not going to deal with this today, I'll be back, I'm going to grab some upgrades.
Alright, what are we looking at on Penny? That's max damage on Pulse?
That is going to be max damage on Pulse.
Well, that's going to be a dead Penny. Wow. That was ice cold. Alright, well that Cocoon looks dangerous. No snare bite as of yet. That's...
It seems like he lagged up the jumper there a little bit, and he's going to lag his way...
No, he's going to moonwalk.
He's going to moonwalk it out. He's going to Michael Jackson his way to safety.
You know what? That's just the new turn. We're going to moonwalk. Anyway, looking at the builds here, we're looking at a high DPS on the Swiggins, as well as a high sort of...
and they're just going to actually tank out this first turret right now. They really need to watch out for that Penny Pulse, because that is going to be a lot of damage coming out on Penny alone. Yeah, and you see right there, the Penny Pulse hitting, and it looks like that Swiggins is going to get taken out by the Penny lurking in the creep zone.
Clunk with his high damage bite, if you haven't noticed, he has picked up the plus 120 damage, as well as 120 life.
He's no scope 420 bite. That's where he's at right now.
A bit of moonwalking happening here, but nothing we can't deal with.
You know, one thing that I do want to say, that Penny saw that Swiggins down there, knew that he was going to get caught out, saw that he was the only person on map, considering that Scoop was in the creep zone at the time, and an excellent play coming out there, engaging with the Pulse, getting that amp damage ready, and landing the quick pounce into the Genji and the Clunk.
That's something that I want to say again, that with the Penny pounce, your stun doesn't scale with your charges, so just one charge is going to give you the same amount of stun as a full charge. So you can effectively use that as a CC tool.
And here we see the engagement going again. Looks like Penny's going to take a lot of damage here. but the trade-off is going to be well worth it as they've
the
taken
hammer
out the
almost
Swiggins.
picks up. Alright, so right now, last moments sort of... I think their builds are sort of scattered right now. It all comes down to Penny right now with his Silence Pulse. Genji could, I think, could really help his team by building some heal maybe, because I feel like they're going down to like a quick sort of engagement. They get caught, they want to have the extra heal.
Well, I wouldn't completely agree with you as labeling Penny as kind of the glue of their team right now, because the engagement on the Genji can also be very strong, landing that pulse, but landing the cocoon. But the Penny Pulse, as you said before, is what's really doing a good portion of its damage and prepping with the amp. And it looks like Scoop is going to be able to steal those two. But
Oh,
the
the
last
speed up
moment
really
is
coming
not
into
liking
play.
it.
Oh, the hammer.
And the nice snipe. The snipe coming out on the Swiggins. Genji's going to be taking a lot of damage. Genji's going to go down. The Explode is going to be able to take out Cheyenne. Is it Cheyenne? No,
That's
it's...
Shitsy. That's Shitsy. But he
Shitsy?
started... Don't more... Just call him Scoop. He's fine with that.
Call him Scoop. We'll call him Scoop.
Yes. Alright, so looking at Genji, he's actually opting for spiritual cooking.
A Genji with spiritual cooking with a Clunk and a Penny. What could possibly happen?
I wonder. Well, alright, well, that's obviously gonna be the high tanky Clunk.
We saw, you can just look at the upgrade, that the only upgrade that Clunk bought on his way back there was health. So, we can only anticipate what they're building to do at this point.
Oh man, if you have problems with burst and you don't feel like bursting back, then just, right, fine, I welcome your burst.
Look at that health bar. Look at that health bar already.
He has one stage of pills. That is just one stage of pills. One stage.
One stage of pills and 2 Monarch Blessings spiritual cooking on it. That's crazy.
You know, I don't think the madness is going to stop here.
And here we go with the nice engagement again, the pulse landing, and we're going to see this Clunk going in for the Explode, landing it on the Scoop, and unfortunately, last moment is going to have to retreat back, grab some help.
That might be a
That's going
turn,
to be the bottom turret. Yes, it is. It is the bottom turret in favor of Ion.
Alright, Ion is sort of accelerating right now. If you look at the damage graph, you can see there's becoming a slightly larger gap.
We can see the gap, but we're also in the mid-game at this point where most people are getting into their builds, and unfortunately, the dash is going to miss, and the counter-engagement right now is going to allow them to pick up the Frog. Frog is going to go down in the middle of the turret, and it looks like
Swiggins also in a
Swiggins is taking
really
a
bad
lot
spot.
of damage right now.
Scoop to the rescue!
But
Her
it looks like
HP!
Clunk
Her HP!
is going to get
Oh,
taken
there,
out,
she
and
got
another
the both!
counter-engagement.
Look at Swiggins' HP! Oh, wow.
Taken out. Clunk taken out. Genji is the sole survivor.
Sounds so dramatic. I like it.
Cue sad music.
No, wait, that's spooky music. Never mind. I am bad technical assistant.
Cue the sad violin for Genji.
Alright, so... I wanna see Clunk get that HP bar. I wanna just be there when all of Ion goes ham, and he still has his HP bar left.
Oh, you know, we're gonna see them actually attempt it right now, but get shut down decently quickly. But he's gonna go down again. The Clunk is
one
taken
bite,
out.
the wrong direction, and that happens.
That was just, you know, we could see on the graph right now, Ion taking off as far as damage being dealt. And I have a feeling that Swiggins has a lot to do with it. Look at those upgrades. He's got full AA, some AA attack speed, and Pool Boy. Pool Boy. Arguably one of the most powerful upgrades in the game that a lot of people have kind of debated about for a long time. And you can see how much damage it can deal in such a short amount of time.
Oh yes, yes. But I also think that the Scoop cooldown hammer is going to be responsible for a lot of the damage as well.
Absolutely, you know, those 3 to 500 hammers being dealt because he has a Spoon Man at this point. It's just going to be an immense amount of damage being dealt in hammers alone. And it looks like Frog may be able to get collapsed on right now. He has taken down. we see a counter engagement coming out of Ion right now, and it
Everyone
looks
at
like
half HP or less. If Scoop sees this, then that could be a kill.
Scoop is looking to just kind of heal up on those creeps right now, and the Genji Cocoon, he's going to get taken out, and the Clunk playing it very smart, saying, alright, I'll go in for the explode, but wait, no, my Genji's gone, I still have about a half a second, I need to get back, they can continue to kill me. So, very smart play on Clunk there, retreating.
More pills. More pills.
More pills, more power.
Power pills. Look at the HP bar, it's reaching, like, scary sizes.
Reaching over 9,000, and it looks like Penny's going to be in some deep trouble right now. But the Clunk is going to be like, he's going to be in deep trouble right now, and he's going to get taken out on the counter engagement coming out from Ion there.
You know, as much as I want him to get that HP, I don't think that if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's not going to get that HP, because he still does not have enough HP to actually take the immense burst that comes out. Like, you have Swiggins, you get the initial 45, then the 40 from the pool boy, then you throw, then you get the 26, and then you keep on doing, and if you get the spoon, that's going to be an additional 300.
And then the bindings, you forgot the bindings on Scoop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was just doing Swiggins, just one character. And I may have messed up
Fair
power
enough.
up 10. But, you know, the old school way of doing it, it dies hard. One day I'll get it right.
We see the engagement there coming out again. It's going to be a lot of damage being dealt on both team members. On all team members, actually. And Clunk is going to go down again. Genji taking a lot of damage. Penny taking a lot of damage. Both forced back to retreat back and grab health. This should be another push for Team Ion here. They should be going for a split push. And it seems they are going to be going for a split push at this point.
Oh well, Frog in the cocoon doesn't really care. That's something when you coordinate a bounce attack with a Genji, you want to make sure you know, alright, am I cocooning or are you going in with your burst first? Because otherwise you end up in these unfortunate situations.
And one of those unfortunate situations is going to be if the Penny can't engage the Swiggins first. Because the Penny has picked up silence a little while ago, but the Swiggins is always on point with his anchors right now. He is hitting every anchor before the Penny can even get the pulse silence off.
Oh yeah, is that slow on Cocoon? That's slow on Cocoon. We're seeing the Butterfly Nebula Dust, 20% or 40%.
And it looks like that is going to be the top turret down. A lot of damage coming out. And that's going to be a kill. That is going to be, and the Clunk is going to go down again. And here we go, the silence coming out from Penny. Penny needs to do something right now, and they have decided to switch targets, going for the Swiggins.
Frog's cooldowns are off now, so he can go in and help if it really comes to it.
He can if he doesn't get the silence, and Penny is hunting him.
And he gets the pickup on Genji.
Penny needs to get out of there as soon as possible.
Oh, what the fuck! Almost gets it.
Teleport.
Oh, that was close. You could actually see the animation not quite being finished there. Oh.
You know, we are at the late game at this point. We've reached the 20-minute mark, and the solar difference is getting pretty high up there. It's about 1,000 difference between the highest member of Last Moment and the Swiggins. At this late in the game, you know, we see the graph, we see the damage being done, and Team Ion is just kind of taken off at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's probably the snowball effect we got going here. You know, you have created such a distance that it becomes easier and easier to create a distance, and you can sort of see the builds and why they correspond to the graph, because you're seeing Clunk build for CC and HP, and you're seeing Ion build for damage, which is going to explain a lot of why the damage done is so much higher.
And that nice hammer hitting, and it looks like a nice engagement coming out right now, and Genji's going to be forced to teleport or get away. Penny taking a lot of damage right now as Ion has shifted targets attacking the Penny. The triple pulse actually landing, though. Genji is almost a bar, and this is going to leave Clunk to defend alone for a few seconds. He's going to be taking a lot of damage, and he's going to be hit by that hammer on the opposite side.
Oh,
and
the
taken
Frog
down
dashes.
by the Frog, and Frog is going to be able to get out.
But is Genji gonna survive? Genji is going to survive that, but I don't know if the face is going to.
Droid and a bunch of droids attacking that core. This is going to be a lot of damage. Genji is only one bar. He can't
One
roll too
HC.
much.
Oh,
and
damn.
that is going to be a wipe.
One pool boy.
And
One
the
pool boy.
For
Damn.
Team Ion.
That was a very quick rush in the end. You could see the wow. So, I want to sort of like we briefly went over this when we were discussing the graph, the damage versus sustain.
You just see them take off at around the second bar up. They just progress in a steady pace, whereas Last Moment kind of falls off and tails away a little bit. But a lot of that damage is coming out from the Swiggins and the Scoop. Those 3 to 5 or 3 to 600 hammers, I should say, because of Spoonman actually hitting. And then we have the immense amount of burst coming out from Pool Boy itself. Frog there for the cleanup and the saves. Frog picking a Baby Curry Mammoth, which was a bit interesting, I guess, to counteract the slow coming out on the Genji Cocoon.
Yeah. That's the thing I can see on the bite on Clunk as well, but mainly the big slow, because that's a lot of slow. 2 seconds worth of either 20 or 40%, depending on what stage you're on. That's a lot.
It is, but one thing that Last Moment could have done differently is have that Penny engage the Swiggins. You need to get that silence off on the Swiggins before he can engage anybody. If he engages anybody, that's half your health gone. Just from Pool Boy and his burst alone. They counter-engaged when they had to, and they made the best out of bad situations, but we take a look at Clunk, and we take a look at how he was kind of a sponge this game. And although he was able to take a lot of damage, he was also able to land some explodes, which set up for decent kills. But Team Ion was just so far into their creep zone and had such control and map awareness, and not to mention the constant holding of that invis, allowed them to take control of this entire match. We're taking a look at these late game builds, and Swiggins actually just getting DOT on his anchor and health on his anchor at the last point in the game, 2 minutes before it ended. We're looking at double snare bite on Clunk with his pills and spiritual cooking. Spiritual cooking, honestly, it was a good idea, but
it looked good on paper.
It looked good on paper, but the burst coming out from Ion was just so overwhelming that it seemed like the upgrade itself was just nullified.
Yeah.
That being said, we need to progress into our finals.
I think we're going to take a break first. Am I right on that?
We are going to take a break first. But
just got to be sure.
Our finals are coming up next, which is going to be 99 cents versus Ion.
Excite, get hype, and we'll be right back.